showtime.
Ghouls and gals, it's me, Ryan T here, and I'm gonna review The Predator.
The Predator.
Alright guys, like with all my new movie reviews, I'm gonna try to keep this one short, sweet, and to the point. But this one may have a little bit of spoilers, so if you don't really want to hear spoilers, I suggest you don't watch the ending of this video. Alright guys, let's jump right into it. The Predator stars Olivia Munn, Sterling K. Brown, Thomas Jane, Keegan-Michael Key. It also stars The Predator.
No shit, Sherlock!
This Predator movie has an insane cast. This movie boasts an amazing cast. The cast is super funny. The cast is super likable. This cast works really well off one another, even though they throw character development out the window pretty early on in this movie, and everybody kind of becomes just like a person with a gun. That's kind of a problem this movie has. Like, they set up these characters only to not flesh them out, and you kind of just feel like, oh, there's a person with a gun, oh, there's another person with a gun. But you know what I mean? It kind of works. It's a Predator movie. You know what? To kind of simplify things, I'm gonna put the stuff I liked about the movie right here, and the stuff that I didn't like about the movie right here, because I feel like this movie is going to kind of be, I guess polarizing would be the word to use, because some people are either going to really love this movie, or some people are really going to hate this movie, and believe it or not, you're going to have people that kind of are on the fence about this movie, like myself. I'm on the fence about this film. Alright, so let's start it off. What I loved about this movie was, or what I liked about this movie was, the cast. What I didn't like about this movie was the lack of explanation that they didn't have in some scenes. Another thing I liked about this movie a lot was the non-stop action. Another thing I didn't like about this movie was those fucking Predator dogs. I did not like those Predator dogs. You should never do that again. The Predator doesn't need a fucking dog sidekick, nor does anybody need a dog sidekick aside from, I guess, like Shaggy. Another thing that I did like in this movie was the humor. This movie was really funny. Like, not like unintentionally funny. Like, it was funny because there was jokes written in this movie, and these jokes landed. I found myself like actually laughing at the jokes. Another thing that I didn't like about this movie is the ending, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Alright guys, the basic story for this movie is a rogue predator kind of leaves from the Predator planet, and he is coming to Earth to sort of, like, I guess, like, warn the people of Earth that these other predators are coming to try to, like, inhabit their planet. But they never really, elaborate on that. That's going back to, one of the things I didn't like about the film. They don't really explain a lot of things. The film's kind of moving so fast that they kind of are like, oh yeah, and this. Oh yeah, exposition. So they're kind of like, a lot of things get explained really fast, and if you're not like really paying attention to the film, you're gonna miss like something important that somebody said. So that's one thing I didn't like about the film. They didn't kind of like give you really like a motive as to why this one predator broke out and was just like, oh, I gotta save Earth. They never really like tell you why or anything. They just kind of tell you that he's doing that for that reason, and you know, there you go.
Why?
Another thing that I didn't like about this film, which I stated in my list, was the Predator dogs. The Predator dogs were so like useless in this movie. They didn't play any good part in this movie. They were kind of like the Jar Jar Binks of the fucking Predator fucking series, or at least in this movie. Like, I just found them annoying and fucking stupid. Also, they were poorly rendered. The CGI on those fucking dogs was really fucking crappy. It looks like if they just kind of like just drew like a dog, like a cartoon dog, and were like bark 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 bark. But one thing I can say is that I was never bored watching this movie. I was 100% entertained watching this movie until the end. Guys, alright, if you don't really want to hear about the end of the Predator film, if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to hear any spoilers, I guess right now would be the time for you to like exit out of the video. So if you're going to exit out of the video right now, my rating for the Predator film is a 6 out of 10. Okay, guys, if you stayed for the spoilers, let's get into the ending. The ending of the Predator film has to be one of the most anticlimactic endings to an action film that I have ever seen in my life. This alpha predator that is kind of stalking the main characters throughout the film is built up to be sort of like the literal apex predator. It's supposed to be stronger, faster, bigger than the original predator, and it's bigger than the original predator. I wouldn't say that it's smarter or anything other than just bigger than the other predator. It's like a hulking predator. It's like an 11-foot tall predator. But that's really the only thing that this predator does. It's kind of fucked up that they don't explore that aspect of this predator. They should have had this predator be like super fucking intelligent and have it be like an amazing tactician and stuff, but they don't do that. They're just like, look how big he is. Anyways, getting into the ending. The ending is basically like Home Alone. They kind of like stumble upon, like, you know, beating the predator. Like, you know, he accidentally trips on something and he, you know, gets his arm cut off and he's like, oh, what am I gonna do now? My arm's cut off. And then out of nowhere, the goddamn predator dog comes out of nowhere and he's like, oh, bark, 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 bark. I'm gonna make myself useful in this movie. And he like fucking bites the predator and then they shoot him with a gun and then that's it. The predator's like, oh, I'm dead. So that's how the movie ends. The movie just literally ends with the predator just dying. Oh, and then they set up another sequel where they show like, oh, there's this new suit that humans could wear, and this was the whole point, that other predator, the rogue predator, was here. Oh, God, guys. That ending was really, was really bad, and it really let me down. That ending let me down.
You were the chosen one!
To be honest with you, if this film had a different ending, this movie would have been a lot better, because before the ending, I was having a lot of fun with this Predator movie. Like I said, there was times where I was laughing, there was times where I was like, oh shit, the Predator! But that ending kind of gave all those fucking things a slap in the face and was like, fuck you, bitch, we're gonna end like this. Pat, 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 pat. So it just kind of ended really, really shittily. Alright guys, that's all I can say about the Predator. Have you seen the Predator? Did you like it? Or what did you think about it? Comment below and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my motherfucking channel. See you guys in the next one.